What going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Biggs Retouch Academy. My name is Biggs, and today I have something exciting to share with you guys once again. Okay, so if you actually follow the channel, you're going to notice that I posted a video concerning the FR2 plugin, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to incorporate this plugin into your workflow and also how to use it with my actions and get a better result. Okay, so using some of the actions that I created. So if you actually want to get this plugin, check the description below. We also have the description below. So let's dive right into the tutorial. Okay, so here we have, and now we're going to focus on how to use the plugin at first. Now we all know that this one is looking very terrible. So why I chose this is because it's extreme, and the plugin can actually work with extreme photos it's just 10 seconds. It's going to do all the job for you and just one click. Okay, so the name of the plugin is FR2, as you guys all know. So let's see what the FR2 can do. Let me bring up the FR2 plugin. So this is the FR2 plugin. Before that, we can actually duplicate the layer so that we can show the before and after. So let me quickly duplicate the layer. Okay, so I duplicated the layer, and I make sure the one on top is the one selected so we can actually use the plugin. So yeah, let me quickly explain the plugin. The plugin has different components. Let's have a look at it. So but for this one, I'm just going to leave it at the center so that you see what it does on stage. These are more advanced, but for the beginner, you can actually skip all of this. Is going to be determined by how you want the dodging and burning to be pronounced. Okay, so that's just what you just need to adjust. Just set this knob, and you can click finish plus black and white mask, or you can click start or you can click close, but I usually use close because I want to work more on the folder that is going to be created. If you click on finish plus black and white mask, it's just going to turn it into a smart object. It's going to flatten all the image, so I don't want that. I want to be able to go into the the folder. So let's see. Now once this is done, just click on start, and this is actually working for both close portrait, half portrait, and full portrait. So you can use this plugin for any distance. So but now I'm using this plugin at first start. You can use it 3 times or to 4 times, but I'm just going to use it once, and then I'm going to click start. So it's going to do a stain in 10 seconds. It depends on how fast your computer is. So mine is not too fast. Now you can see the result. Okay, so if you click finish and you click close, I usually click close. Now you can see how it's looking now. Like I see, it's not doing anything. Right, so this is because the image is actually extreme. Now this is the time you need to go inside the plugin. So let's go inside the plugin. Let me explain what is actually going on. Because this image is actually extreme, the plugin is actually finding it a little bit. It wants to maintain the originality of the retouch, so that's why it's like this. Now there are 4 folders, 4 steps inside. So we have the dodge and burn, the texture, the surface retouch, and the volume retouch. And so now if you turn off this, you're going to see that it's affecting the image, this smoothing the image kind of, while this one is just the volume of the blurriness. So what you need to do is to come here if you're not okay with the result. But first, let me show you something. I'm just actually explaining this plugin so that you know how it works. Now if I do something like this, if I turn off every other one, you're going to see where it's actually affecting. So if I turn it back on, you're going to see that it's not affecting all of this place. So how do I make it affect those sides? It's actually very easy. Just click on the mask, make sure the foreground color is white, and then brush over those sides with the white. You're not going to see any changes now. That's because you can even see changes around here. That's because we've not actually set some things inside. So there are times whereby you don't even need to do this, it's just going to do the retouch. But I'm just explaining how to use this plugin in more extreme cases. So let's say we actually want it affecting everything. We can actually come back to it. So let's open up this. Now once I open it up, I'm going to go to the surface and double click on the surface. So here you need to set this well. This is at 60. You see, take it up, taking it up is gonna look more like this. So let's leave it at 60, and here you find the threshold. Once the threshold is increased, you see that it's looking like this. Once you take the threshold down, nothing will happen. See, it's going to maintain the original image. So you need to get the threshold you want. So let's leave it at 9. Take it up, and keep taking it up. You're going to see it's retouching. It's going, and then we keep on doing setting it myself. I like leaving it that somewhere that looks natural to me. So let's leave it. Let me look for its speed. So I find 73 and 27 good. We have preview in this. So I find those two looking okay for me at that side. So for this one, I'm just going to click on it to bring up the blur, and we can increase the blur just to get more smoothness. So 3.6 is okay. Now we're going to go to the texture. Now if you turn off this, it's going to look like this. So look so ugly. So we're going to go into the eye pass and just click on OK. So this is where you see how much texture you get. If you take it up the way up, you're going to get more rough texture. So if you take it below, it's on 1 before, so I'm going to maintain somewhere like 0.8 to get more smooth textures like this, and I'm going to hit OK. So just doing that, it's already looking good. And you can actually reduce the opacity or increase the opacity. So for the dodging and burning, look at what the dodging and burning is doing. So I think I like that already. So once we do that, I'm going to close that library and do before and after. Just take a look at what the 1 and 2. It's actually remove a lot. So you can see the nose. I don't want that inside. I want it looking real. So I'm just going to come here, make sure the mask is black, select your brush and remove it from some places. I don't want to see it there, here, and inside the lips, and here and here. Okay, so there are some places you don't really need it, and I'm going to turn this off as well. So now that we have this, so we can see from this to this, this is actually an extreme retouch, and that's why it's looking like that. So we can monitor our point by turning off all the parts we need to turn off. So I need to add this point to it. So I'm just going to come here and add the bottom part to it, like that, and like that. So just places that's not added, and we're good. So now, sorry, I'm not supposed to add that to it. Okay, so now we have to continue doing the color correction and the rest. So this is where the action come into place. So I'm going to explain some of the actions. So first of all, I'm going to create a stem visible layer, Ctrl Shift or then E to create a stem visible layer. And what I mean by you can use this plugin twice is that you can actually run the FR2 plugin again right here. So let's try it out and see before we go using our action, and let's see the result we're going to get. So here's the FR2 plugin again, and I'll take it up 51 and take this. Okay, there is nothing selected. I'm going to close it. I'm going to select this layer and bring up the FR2, and then I'm going to do the retouch. Let's do 50%, and do more opacity, and let's see what we're going to get. So start, and you say your retouch is not finished yet because complete retouch, circle, then press button. Okay, let's just click on start again. I guess we're not selecting. Okay, so yeah, 50, and just click on start, and it's going to do that. Okay, so here we go. Let's see the result we're going to get again. Okay, so now look at what the result we have, and we can click close. So just take a look at the before and after. I made more advanced look on it, and here we can turn off every other thing and see where it's selected. So you can see it did a very good job for us. And if all of this is not, just make sure the it's showing white and you are good. So we have before and then we have after, so we can take it away from some places. So that's just to show you how you can use the plugin twice and you're going to get that. So I can decrease the opacity of it, I take it a little bit, and then click, and I can merge layers. So let's just merge the layers together and come. Now while we're done using this plugin, there are other things we need to do to make the image look good, and that's my action. Brings us to the actions that I have for you guys, and these actions contains all my technique I use in retouching. So they're like almost 30 something in numbers, but I want to show you one very good one. There are one for correcting colors, which is this. I use this one a lot, and I'm going to show you how it works. And just quickly using this one, I'm just going to press it and click play, and it's going to create something like this. Just click OK and do OK again. So what does this plugin do? Now the first one shows red, the second one shows yellow. Now this is to correct if you want the red. Now if I turn it off, it doesn't affect anything because the tool marks is black. Now if you check her skin tone, she has red and she has some parts that are yellow. So if you want all the skin tones to be maintain that yellow color as at like this side, you can just shade the yellow, and it's going to remove the yellows. Sorry, and then if you want to work with the yellows, you're going to use this yellow. If you want to work with the red, and you're going to change this yellow, this red to yellow, you use this one. Let me just show you how it works so it won't be confusing. So if I want to keep the red, I'll paint on with this color, and it's going to change the yellows. Just take a look at what happened there. Look at, change that color to the red that we have. So you can change everything to the color of see what's going on. Now at the same time, if I want this yellow and I want everything to do that color, I can actually change it as well. So you can see that it removes all and just makes everything look one color. So at times you don't need to use everything there, just maintain the this thing. So I want to keep the red, so I think I like this one. And then we're going to go ahead and create a stem visible layer, and I'm just showing how to use the plugin. That's why I'm creating a stem visible layer, delete. So these are the steps we have been taking. So I'm going to select this one, and then I'm going to go back to the actions, one of my actions, and I'm going to use the FS Skin Retouch second click FS. So I'm going to show you how this one works. So I'm just going to click on it and then click play. It's going to ask me to choose the blur value. I set mine as 3.4 because it actually works best for almost all images, but you can just change over, but make sure the first one is actually very low. So I'm gonna use 2.8, and let's just use 3 and click OK, and it's gonna bring up the second one. The second one, I like taking it up. If I use 3, I'm gonna use like 6 or 7. That is times 2 of the number, and then I'm gonna click OK. So it's going to create the normal frequency separation that we have. Now this is where it's going to choose the default brush for you. So to choose the mixer tool brush and mixer tool brush here, and also this is for more smoothing if you want more smoothing on the skin, and fast method retouch you want to use on this layer, just turn it off and on, and you're actually going to turn off the rest. But don't worry about that. Just look at where it's a use mixer tool brush here, and that's where you're going to use the tool mixer tool brush, and this is use clone stamp tool here, and you're going to use clone stamp tool. So forget about the rest for now. I'll explain more in details in my other video, but let's just see. Now we're just going to come here and smoothen the skin. So for example, here we can smoothen the skin out. And we're good. So this is it again. And one thing I would like to show you quickly is the whitening teeth. So you can see the whitening hides the divide mode, especially this one. I'm just going to click on it and create and click play. So this we create a layer that can work with all images. There are times you use whitening actions. There are some actions you use, it won't actually do anything. It won't whiten the teeth no matter how you use it. But this one, no matter how dark or how colorful the eyes is, it just don't do the job for you. See, no matter how, it just does the job clean and perfect. So even it's one good thing is it's actually don't select colors, it's work on all the colors in your image. So you need to be careful when you're using this, because it's as extreme as it is, it will actually give you the job. So now it's actually too bright. You can decrease the opacity and something around that. So if you see it is too bright, you can still open it up and you need to see all the colors I created. So color fill. Now this is where I would like you people to understand. So once I click this, I'm just going to select the eyes, and it's going to give me that color. Click OK, turn it on, and you see that's giving me the original look. So click on the rest one to turn it back on, and then you're going to have the natural feel than before. So just turn it back on. You can decrease the opacity. If it's too bright, look at the way it is before. You can also still decrease the opacity. So this looks fine for me. And now we can go ahead and you can work on the hair. You can leave the hair the way it is. So sometimes I just work on the hair, but I don't think that's necessary for this, of which I already showed you some of the things this plugin can actually do. Okay, so if